Yesterday we seen that what are the tissue, how tissue forms. Okay, about all this. From today directly I am going to start the tissue. Okay, so how tissue forms? Yesterday we seen that the group of cells comes together to form a tissue. Okay, so group of cells having the same origin, similar shape, or and specific or common generalized function is known as the tissue. So be clear about the definition of the tissue. Okay, so the classification of tissue. Tissue is classified into four main types. First is epithelial tissue, second is connective tissue, third is muscular tissue, and fourth is the nervous tissue. So I will tell about the just what are the epithelial tissues, what are the connective tissue, and what is the muscular and nervous tissue. So epithelial tissue mainly helps to our body in for protection. Okay, first is protection, then second it also helps in absorption. Okay, absorption mean ड्यूरिंग द समर सीजन और जब गर्मी शुरू होती है तब हमारी बॉडी क्या करती है, मैक्सिमम हमारी जो भी डिहाइड्रेशन होता है और स्वेट आता है, तो एब्सॉर्प्शन एंड एडसॉर्प्शन ये जो है एपिथेलियल टिश्यू का काम होता है. देन नेक्स्ट इज द सिक्रीशन. ओके, then enzyme secretion, then chemical secretion in our body. So these three functions are performed by the epithelial tissue. The next is the connective tissue. Connective tissue का मतलब क्या होता है, कहाँ पे होते हैं, जो हमारे बॉडी के डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स को कनेक्ट करते हैं उसे हम कनेक्टिव टिश्यू बोलते हैं. ओके, तो कनेक्टिव टिश्यू का मेन फंक्शन क्या होगा, उसका मेन फंक्शन होगा फर्स्ट इज हमारे जो भी ऑर्गन्स को कनेक्ट कर रही है उसको सपोर्ट करना, सो सपोर्ट और प्रोटेक्शन. देन सेकंड क्या होगा कि बाइंडिंग. कनेक्टिव मतलब एक कनेक्ट कर रहा है तो बाइंडिंग ऑफ ऑर्गन्स. ओके, बाइंडिंग ऑफ ऑर्गन्स. देन थर्ड में भी द इट में प्रोवाइड द इम्यूनिटी और इट आल्सो प्रोवाइड्स द ट्रांसपोर्ट और आल्सो डू द फंक्शन ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ substances. Then next is muscular tissue. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, then next is the muscle. Is there for everyone the screen is visible or not? Just tell me if the screen is visible to...
Yes, visible.
Okay, so next is muscular tissue. So muscular tissue helps in does the two function. First is movement. Okay, muscles helps us in movement, and second is locomotion. As these functions are not given in your book ahead, so because of that only I am telling at initial stage only. Okay, then third is the nervous tissue. What the nervous tissue does, main function of nervous tissue is the conduction of nerve impulses or coordination of body function. So whole our body is coordinated by the nervous tissue. So coordination of body functions. So these were the all are the functions of different tissues. That is four main types of tissue in our body. So I will show you the four main types of tissue first. So these are the four main types of tissue in our body. Okay, so first we seen that the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is present in our lining of our skin. There is also epithelial tissue. So lining of gastrointestinal tract, it means it's in also our digestive system. Every skin, the every lining of the skin is composed of epithelial tissue. And second tissue we see is a muscular tissue. So muscular tissue, there are three types of muscular tissue. Actually these types are based on voluntary or involuntariness of the muscles. So voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. Also these are divided into three types, another three types, that is cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles, and smooth muscles. In that these cardiac muscles and smooth muscles are involuntary muscles and the skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles. Okay, then our third type is the connective tissue, which connects our different body organs. So one is tendon connects our nerve cells. Okay, then second is the bone is also tissue, so bone connects different parts of our body. Then fourth is the fat and other softening padding tissue. Okay, now fourth main type of our tissue is nervous tissue. In that nervous tissue, the nervous tissue has different parts. We will see ahead. That is, one is axon, another is dendron, and third is the cell body, which helps to protect the nerve tissue, cell body. In that nerve tissue, brain is also the part of our central nervous system, then our spinal cord and nerves. So these are the four main types of nerve tissue. So we will proceed ahead from the epithelial tissue. Okay, so we will start with the now epithelial tissue, our main type. So epithelial tissue forms the covering or lining to the pre-surface of the body. So whatever our skin has, the upper layer of the skin, under layer of the skin is composed of epithelial tissue. They perform vital functions like protection, excretion, glandular secretion, and absorption. We seen it at it first only. Then next is the epithelial cells contain minimal extracellular material. उसमें cellular material ज़्यादा नहीं होता है, मतलब number of cells are minimum in epithelial tissue. Because of that only the epithelial tissues are divided on squamous types. In that squamous types there are middle spaces. In that there will be the presence of matrix also. So but they are arranged on a basement membrane. Okay. And next is the types of epithelial tissue. In that there are two main types of epithelial tissue. First is simple epithelium and second is the stratified epithelium. Okay. In that simple epithelium, the simple epithelium is again divided into the five tissues. So in that simple epithelium means it is made up of single layer of cells, not a many layers of cells. But in case of stratified epithelium is made up of different layers of cells. So simple is the made by single layer of cells. There won't be any overlapping of cells, and this is by the multiple layers of cells. Stratified epithelium, multiple layers of cells. So we will see the simple epithelium now. In that simple epithelium, for mainly 5 types are there. First is squamous epithelium, second is cuboidal epithelium, third is columnar, fourth is ciliated, and fifth is glandular epithelium. So the diagrams are given in your book only, then also I will explain to you. So what is squamous epithelium, or it is also known as the pavement epithelium? Why pavement epithelium? Because the structure of the squamous epithelium is like a pavements. We see that on our footpath the pavements are arrangement of pavements we seen. So like that only the squamous epithelium is arranged in our body. So it is like, I will show you the structure. So this one be the one cell, then this will be the another cell. So arrangement of squamous epithelium is like this only, these pavements, like a pavements. Okay. So this is about the squamous epithelium, simple squamous epithelium. So it consists of flat cells arrangement edge to edge as in mosaic, like a mosaic structure. The next is type of epithelium covers the alveoli of lungs, pericardial, pleural or peritoneal activities. So epithelium is present where? In our lungs, then pericardial, around our heart system, then pleural and peritoneal cavities. Then next second type is the cuboidal epithelium. Why cuboidal? Because its shape is like a cube. Okay. Hence we call it as a cuboidal. How it is here, see, this is the squamous epithelium, this is the cuboidal, it's like a cube. Okay, even you can draw like this. So this is like a cubes. So these are the cubes, hence we call it as a cuboidal epithelium. So cuboidal epithelium, here the cells are cubical in shape, they are arranged over a basement membrane, and it is found in the distal convoluted tubules of kidney. So where it is present cuboidal epithelium is present in the kidney. Then third is the columnar epithelium. Columnar because the structure of this epithelium is like a columns or pillars. So it consists of tall pillar-like cells arranged on a basement membrane, and it is found in lungs and ducts of glands. Okay, so we seen that cuboidal epithelium is found in the tubules of kidney and columnar is found in the lungs and ducts of gland. Okay, the next type is the ciliated epithelium. Okay, so ciliated epithelium, in case of ciliated epithelium, the structure of the epithelium is like cuboid or columnar. Okay, hello. So the structure is like cuboid or columnar, but they contain hair-like structures called cilia. What happens here? This is a ciliated. Okay, so the structure is like cuboids or columns. So these are like columns or cuboids, but above that there is cilia, hair-like structure. Hence we call it as a ciliated or columnar epithelium. In next, where it is present, for example, cells lining the trachea which is present in our respiratory system. We will see it in respiratory system. Then fifth is the glandular epithelium. Why glandular? Because this epithelium finds in glands, our endocrine gland and exocrine gland, which secretes hormones as well as enzymes. So these cells found in glands, hence it is called as glandular epithelium. It consists of cylindrical or columnar cells. Okay. It is present in secretory glands like endocrine and exocrine glands. Okay. So this is the epithelial types of epithelial tissue. Okay, I will show you. This is the simple squamous, simple epithelium, and another type is the simple and stratified epithelium. So in case of simple there are many types. Simple squamous, this is the simple cuboidal, like a cube. This is like a cube. Okay. Then this is the simple columnar epithelium. These are the columns you can see here. Then pseudostratified or ciliated epithelium, where on the upper part of the epithelial cells there are the hair-like structures. We call it as a cilia. Hence we call it as a ciliated epithelium. Then stratified squamous. These are in layers. Okay, so these are the different layers. This is one layer. This is the second layer we will see ahead, and this is the third layer. So these are in layers. Hence we will call it as the stratified epithelium. In case of stratified also there are three types. First is stratified columnar. Second is stratified cuboidal. Why? In case of columnar, these are in column shapes or pillar shapes. In case of cuboidal, these are in cube shapes. Hence we call it as the stratified cuboidal. So we were seeing learning the glands. Okay, so there are two types of glands like salivary glands and breasts. So the glands are of two types. One is unicellular and another is multicellular. In case of unicellular glands, the cells are single cell glands or not many layers. In case of multicellular glands, these are multi-cells are present in multicellular glands. Okay. In case of multicellular glands, the multicellular glands are again divided into two parts. One is endocrine glands and other is exocrine glands. Okay, so the given here endocrine glands and exocrine glands. So endocrine glands do not contain ducts. So these are the ductless glands, also called as endocrine glands. So ductless glands are endocrine glands, but the exocrine glands have ducts. Okay. Then next is goblets. So endocrine glands secrete hormones and exocrine glands secrete enzymes. What are the examples of endocrine glands? For example, like pituitary glands, we will see ahead in. Then next is the thyroid glands. So these are the endocrine glands. And in case of exocrine glands, like pancreas, liver is also one of the gland, liver. So these are the exocrine glands, because these glands do not contain endocrine glands do not contain duct, but the exocrine glands contain pancreas and liver, as we know that the pancreas and liver is connected to our digestive system. Okay. Then goblet cells. Goblet cells are specialized glandular epithelium cells. They secrete mucus or mucin. Okay. The goblet cells are more numerous in stomach, colon, and trachea. So we know that during cold or whenever we have the cough, at that time mucus comes from our nose. Okay, so at that time the mucus is secreted by these goblet glands. Then stratified epithelium. We will proceed to the another type of epithelial tissue. That is the stratified epithelium. What is meant by stratified? it is arranged in multiple layers of cells, hence we call it as stratified. It is also known as the compound epithelium. And first type was the simple epithelium. So it consists of several layers of cells. It is present in surface where there is considerable wear and tear. जहाँ पे सेल्स का बहुत ज्यादा wear and tear, मतलब कि सेल्स मैक्सिमम डेड एट फास्ट रेट में डेड भी हो जाते हैं, फिर से वो रिप्लेस भी हो जाते हैं, वहां पे स्ट्रैटिफाइड एपिथेलियम होते हैं. So depending on the type of cells present, stratified epithelium is classified into three types again. So first is the stratified squamous epithelium. It is also based on the shape of cells. Second is the stratified cuboidal epithelium, and third is the columnar epithelium. So in case of squamous, the structure will be like a mosaic. Okay. In case of cuboidal, the structure will be like cubes or cubicle, and in case of column, it will be like a pillar. So these are the three main types of stratified epithelial tissue. Okay. Again, somewhere in our body also, the superficial cells of stratified epithelium become dry and hard. Okay, and they develop a protein called keratin. We know that the keratin is present in our hairs, our nails. So keratin helps to bind the tissue. Okay, or bind the different organs. We know that our nails are so hard. Why? Because keratin is present in our nails, even in our hairs also. So they are, hence they are dry and hard. So then the epithelium is also called keratinized stratified epithelium. Whatever present in that epithelium, for example, in our nails, in our hairs, it called as that epithelial tissue in our hairs and nails, we call it as the keratinized stratified epithelium. If the superficial cells do not contain keratin, the epithelium is called non-keratinized stratified epithelium. जिस epithelial tissue में जहाँ पे stratified epithelium होगा, अगर वहाँ पे keratinized secrete नहीं हो रहा, तो उसे हम non-keratinized stratified epithelium बोल सकते हैं. Then transitional epithelium. अब transitional epithelium क्या होता है? It is a form of stratified epithelium itself, and it found in uterus and urinary bladder. It consists of 4 to 6 layers of arranged cells as follows. Okay, so इसमें 4 to 6 layers होते हैं cells के, हम उसे ट्रांजिशनल एपिथेलियम बोलते हैं. वो कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होता है? यूटेरस और यूरिनरी ब्लैडर में. सो द लोअर बेसल रो इज मेड अप ऑफ क्यूबाइडल सेल्स. ओके, जो भी बेस है, बेस में क्यूबाइडल सेल्स होते हैं. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज द इंटरमीडिएट लेयर is made up of longer and polyhedral cells, and the superficial layer is made up of larger and flattened cell. So transitional epithelium कैसे दिखेगा? बेसमेंट में क्यूबाइडल सेल्स होंगे ऐसे. ओके, और जो भी इंटरमीडिएट लेयर है वहां पे पॉलीहेड्रल सेल्स होंगे लाइक दिस. ओके, like this there will be the, these cells will be the polyhedral, and on the upper side of superficial there will be the flattened cells. So this can be the transitional epithelium. So we are done with the epithelial tissue. We will proceed to the next type of tissue, our connective tissue. So connective tissue is the mainly for connecting our body organs. Okay, so connective tissue serve to connect or bind together different organs or different parts of organ, and they contain intercellular spaces called मैट्रिक्स. अब मैट्रिक्स कहाँ पे होगा? सपोज आवर न्यू जॉइंट है, न्यू जॉइंट के वहां पे कनेक्टिव टिश्यू होगा, क्योंकि वो हमारे लेग्स के दो पार्ट्स को ज्वाइंट कर रहा है, बराबर. सो सपोज दिस इज आवर थाई रीजन एंड दिस इज आवर lower part of our leg. So this is the knee joint. Okay, at that knee joint there will be the matrix between this joint, between these two pieces. 1 minute. So here this is our knee joint. Between these two pieces there will be the matrix. Okay, and this matrix acts as a lubricating agent, hence only we can bend our legs, otherwise we cannot bend our legs. It helps in, acts as a lubricating agent, whatever the matrix present between the joints. Okay, it helps in binding and supporting the cells. And what are the types of, we will see the types of connective tissue. First is the areolar connective tissue, second is the dense fibrous connective tissue, third is the elastic tissue, then fourth is adipose tissue, fifth is cartilage, and sixth is the bone. Bone is also a connective tissue. So we will proceed with the first areolar tissue or loose connective tissue. We also call it as the loose connective tissue. So it is most widely distributed tissue in the body. Then it is also loose irregular connective tissue. क्यों? क्योंकि वो continuously present नहीं होता है, कई जगह पे होता है, कई जगह पे नहीं होता है. It connects the skin to the underlying structures. Also it fills unoccupied spaces between the organs, and it is found between muscles, blood vessels, and nerve tissues, nerves. So areolar tissue कहाँ पे होगा? For example, हमारे जो बॉडी के ब्लड वेसल्स है, these are the blood vessels. Okay, these are present in our body. So between these blood vessels are bound together by one of the tissue. We call it as the areolar connective tissue. Between these two body cells, two blood vessels. Okay, then next is the dense fibrous tissue. This tissue has compactly arranged fibers with greatly reduced interspaces. Okay, and these cells are less in number than areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is higher in number as compared to the dense fibrous tissue, and this type of tissue is present in dermis of the skin. जो भी हमारी upper skin है वो upper skin के dermis में dense fibrous tissue होते हैं. Okay, then elastic tissue. So this tissue is yellow in color. Elastic tissue का color क्या होता है? Yellow होता है and contains more number of elastic fibers. It is present in tissues where strength is required with elasticity. For example, trachea and bronchi. जहाँ पे इलास्टिक टिश्यू कहाँ पे हो गए? जहाँ पे स्ट्रेच होना पड़ता है और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी होना पड़ता है होता है, वहां पे इलास्टिक टिश्यू होंगे, सो दैट की वहां पे स्ट्रेंथ लगेगी. सो ब्रोंकीज एंड ट्रैकिया, these are the part of our respiratory system. We will see it again in respiratory system. The next is the adipose tissue or fatty tissue. So it contains large rounded cells and cytoplasm is loaded with fat. And the nucleus of cells is pushed towards the periphery. And कहाँ पे होता है? Subcutaneous tissue of skin. जो भी हमारे बॉडी के फैट्स होते हैं वो फैट्स में एडिपोस टिश्यू होता है. मतलब कि हमारी बॉडी और अंदर के जो वेन्स होते हैं उसके बीच में जो टिश्यू होता है उसे हम एडिपोस टिश्यू बोलते हैं, क्योंकि वहां पे फैट्स कॉन्सेंट्रेट होते हैं और वहां पे स्टोर किए जाते हैं, इसलिए हम उसे एडिपोज और फैटी टिश्यू बोलते हैं. देन फिफ्थ इज द कार्टिलेज. कार्टिलेज इज इट हैज अ टफ जिलेटिनस एंड इलास्टिक मैट्रिक्स फाउंड ऑफ कॉन्ड्रीन. ओके, these cells are more or less round and lie in groups of 4 embedded in the matrix, and cartilage is of 3 types. Cartilage में भी 3 types होते हैं. Okay, first is the hyaline cartilage. Here the matrix is free from fibers. Hyaline cartilage में matrix, जो भी matrix होता है उसमें fibers नहीं होता and it is transparent. Also the cells are, I will show you the definition again, sorry, the diagram again, arranged in small groups. For example, these are also found in trachea and tip of nose. As we seen that our tip of nose is also our elastic. We can bring it to the either or both of the sides of our right side or left side with our hand. So these are the elastic parts of our body. So elastic tissue is found in our nose also, even in also trachea. Even the elastic tissue is found in our ears. Okay, as our ears, we can fold our ears with our hands. So these are the elastic tissue, hyaline elastic tissue. Then fifth is the fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage is, here the ground substance contains thick bundles of collagen fibers. इसमें collagen fibers होते हैं and it is found in the vertebral disc. Okay, so these are the diagrams given in your book. I will show you the colorful diagrams. Then sixth is the, third type is the elastic cartilage. It is almost similar to hyaline cartilage, but it contains network of branching and rejoining collagenous fibers which give yellow color to the matrix. अब ये कहाँ पे होता है? epiglottis और laryngeal cartilage, उसमें वो elastic cartilage होता है. Then sixth is the bone. It is the hardest connective tissue. Bones contain high concentration of salts. अब उसमें क्या होता है? High concentration of salts like calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. ये दो chemical compounds होते हैं, calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. So ये bone generally, अब bone में क्या क्या आता है वो हम देखते हैं. So bone में देख लो 4 टाइप्स आते हैं. एक आता है पेरियोस्टियम, दूसरा आता है कॉम्पैक्ट बोन, तीसरा आता है कैंसलस और स्पॉन्जी टिश्यू, और चौथा आता है बोन मैरो. सो पेरियोस्टियम का मतलब क्या होता है? इट इज अ मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ फाइब्रस टिश्यू कवरिंग द सरफेस ऑफ बोन. जो भी हमारे बोन का आउटर कवरिंग होता है, अपर लेयर होता है, उसे हम पेरिस्टियम ऐसे बोलते हैं. देन कॉम्पैक्ट बोन इज, इट इज हार्ड डेंस सब्सटेंस फाउंड बिलो द पेरिस्टियम. आउटर कवरिंग जो है उसके अंदर का जो पार्ट है उसे हम कॉम्पैक्ट बोन कहेंगे, जो कि हार्ड होगा, डेंस होगा, जो कि हमारे बोन को स्ट्रेंथ देता है, उसे कॉम्पैक्ट बोन बोलते हैं. देन कैंसलस एंड स्पॉन्जी टिश्यू. इट इज अ स्पॉन्जी पोरस टिश्यू. इट फॉर्म्स द इंटीरियर ऑफ मैच्योर बोन. जो भी हमारा हार्ड बोन होता है उसके अंदर जो वैक्यूम होता है, उसका जो इनर लाइनिंग होता है हार्ड बोन का, उसे कैंसलस और स्पॉन्जी टिश्यू बोलते हैं. और बोन मैरो जो है वो, जो भी कैविटी होते हैं उसमें बोन मैरो होता है, जो भी सब्सटेंस अवेलेबल होता है उसे हम बोन मैरो कहते हैं. सो इट इज अ सॉफ्ट मटेरियल व्हिच फिल्स द हॉलो इंटीरियर ऑफ मैच्योर बोन. ओके, एंड इट इज ऑफ 2 टाइप्स. एक होता है येलो बोन मैरो व्हिच इज फैटी टिश्यू, एंड दूसरा होता है रेड बोन मैरो व्हिच इज which the cells of bloods are developed. उसमें क्या होते हैं, हमारे एरिथ्रोसाइट्स की प्रोडक्शन होता है वहां पे, which helps to develop our red blood cells RBC. Okay, so I will show you the diagram of bone. Suppose this is our leg, okay, and the bone, this is the femur bone of our leg. The outer covering of the bone will be called as the periosteum. Okay, then there will be the inner layer of this bone. I will take the another pen. Okay, so there this will be the inner covering of the bone. We will call it as the compact bone. Okay, on this side, on both the sides. Okay, as this will be the very hard bone. Whatever I am showing you in the green color, this will be the very hard bone. We call it as the compact bone. Then third is the cancellous or spongy tissue. Cancellous और spongy tissue कैसा होगा, जो कि spongy होगा और जो इसके इंटीरियर के स्पेसेस में होगा. So we call it as the spongy tissue. So these are the layers of our bone. This is the spongy tissue. And inner side is the where the matrix or the plasma presents. We call it as the bone marrow. Okay, inside there is the bone marrow, which can be yellow or red in color. Yellow bone marrow, yellow contains fatty tissues, and the red bone marrow contains the red blood cells or the erythrocytes. We call it as the erythrocytes. Okay, so microscopic structure of the bones. What is the microscopic structure of the bone? We will see it. So the cross section of bone under the microscope shows the following. If we take the cross section of bone under the microscope, it shows the following structure. In that, a central Haversian canal which contains nerves, blood vessels and lymphatics. अब सेंट्रल हावर्जियन कैनल कहाँ पे होगा, जो कि हमने अंदर जो देखा बोन मैरो, इसमें जो होगा तो सेंट्रल हावर्जियन कैनल होगा जो अंदर का. उसमें हमने देख लिया कि बोन मैरो में येलो बोन और रेड बोन मैरो के सेल्स होते हैं और उसमें ब्लड वेसल्स और लिम्फेटिक्स भी हो गए. देन नेक्स्ट इज द लैमेली. लैमेली इज द which are layers of bone disposed in concentric circles around the Haversian canals. So again the compact zone, spongy tissue is the like a lamellae. We call it as the lamellae as they are taken in the very microscopic structure, so the names are changed. Then third is the lacunae, which are the spaces between the lamellae, and the fourth is the canaliculi, which are the minute canals. They join the lamellae and also communicate with the central Haversian canals. So all these structures together form a unit, and this unit called as the Haversian system. Haversian is this name is given due to the scientist, with the name of the scientist who discovered this microscopic structure. Okay, so we will see here the connective tissue, types of connective tissue. So first we see the areolar tissue, or we call it as the loose connective tissue. Okay, which is always present under the skin. Okay, then second is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue we call it also as the fatty tissue, as the fats are stored in this type of tissue. So this is the fatty tissue. Then third we see is the cartilage. Okay, in that cartilage we see the hyaline cartilage and other two types also. So it is present at the end of the bone. Then fifth is the bone, which forms the skeleton, or we see in the diagram of the bone how the bone form and what are the layers of the bone. And fifth is the fibrous connective tissue, as this fibrous connective tissue is also the part of the cartilage tissue. Okay, so this is about the connective tissue. Then next is the muscular tissue. We will proceed to the muscular tissue. Just 1 minute. So muscles, in what are the muscles? We know that muscle is a tissue which has the power of contraction. Okay, so muscle can go under contraction also or rarefaction also. So contraction and मतलब कि muscles loose भी होते हैं और contract भी होते हैं. Okay, so muscle is a tissue which has the power of contraction. Contraction of muscles produces movements. Okay, all muscles contain bundles of fibers which run in the same direction, and we say that the muscular tissue helps us in movement and locomotion. So the muscles go under the contraction and it helps to move. Okay, so muscular types of muscular tissue, we'll see it. there are three types of muscular tissue. One is voluntary muscles, another is involuntary muscles, and third is the cardiac muscles. Voluntary muscles का मतलब क्या होता है? जो muscles हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं उसे वॉलंटरी मसल्स बोलते हैं, लेकिन इनवॉलंटरी मसल्स का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो जिस मसल को हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, अगर हमने चाहा कि हमारा हार्ट हमें अभी 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 के अभी बंद करना है और उसका मूवमेंट नहीं होने देना है, लेकिन हम वो कर नहीं सकते, वो उसका जो मूवमेंट है हार्ट बीट जो है चलते रहेंगे। लेकिन वॉलंटरी मसल्स में क्या है कि जब चाहे हम उसे हिला सकते हैं, जब चाहे हम उसे स्टॉप कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आवर फोर आर्म और बैक आर्म के मसल्स हो या हमारे लेग्स के मसल्स हो, जो हम जब चाहे तब हम उसे रोक सकते हैं और जब चाहे हम उसे स्टेबल कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इनवॉलंटरी मसल्स को हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते। देन थर्ड इज द कार्डियक मसल्स. सो कार्डियक मसल इज also the example of involuntary muscles itself. Okay, because we cannot control cardiac muscles also. So in case of voluntary muscles, we also call it as the striated or skeletal muscles. Okay, it is under the control of the will. So voluntary muscles can be controlled by human action. It forms the flesh of limbs and trunk. It contains unbranched fibers called myofibrils. Okay, जो भी फाइबर्स होते हैं वॉलंटरी मसल्स में और हमारे लिम्स और ट्रंक्स के मसल्स में उसे हम मायोफाइबर्स बोलते हैं, और जो कि अनब्रांच्ड फाइबर्स होते हैं। दिस फाइबर्स आर सिलिंड्रिकल इन शेप, और उसमें क्या क्या होता है? डिस्टिंक्ट स्ट्राइएशंस एंड नंबर ऑफ न्यूक्लियर. ओके, स्ट्राइएशंस का मतलब क्या होता है? सपोज this is the muscle. Okay, in this muscle there are striations like this. These are the striations in the muscles. Okay, and these striations are unbranched. Okay, each fiber is surrounded by a thin membrane called sarcolemma. So sarcolemma is the membrane around the striated muscles. Okay, so these are the voluntary muscles, these are the involuntary muscles and cardiac muscles. I will show you the diagram put ahead. So we seen the voluntary muscles which we can control, and these are present in our limbs and or our feet and hands. Okay, then second is the involuntary muscles. We call it also as the non-striated, plain or smooth muscles. It is not controlled by the will. अगर हमें चाहे तो भी हम उसे कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, तो वो हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम्स के मसल हो सकते हैं, लाइक स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन, देन आवर लिवर, then our heart system. We cannot control these muscles. Even our kidney muscles, we cannot control it. Okay, so it is present in internal organs like stomach, intestine, then uterus. It contains long spindle shaped fibers with a central nervus. These fibers are not striated and are not covered by any membrane, but they are joined by, I will show you, joined together by loose connective tissue. Okay, loose connective tissue का मतलब क्या होता है? एरियोलर कनेक्टिव टिश्यू हमने देख लिया. These muscles are controlled by autonomic nervous system. So these are controlled by the autonomous nervous system. This autonomous nervous system is one of the part of our central nervous system. Then third is the cardiac muscles. So it is found only in the heart. Cardiac muscles are found in the heart. Cardiac means heart. So it consists of short cylindrical and branch fibers. The nucleus is centrally placed. The striations are vague and the cardiac muscle is not controlled by the will, but it contracts automatically in rhythmic manner. So cardiac muscles are also controlled by like a autonomous nervous system. These are involuntary muscles, we cannot control them. So these are also shape of the cardiac muscle is cylindrical or branched fibers. So I will show you the diagrams of muscles. So these are the three types of muscles. One is cardiac muscles, another is skeletal muscles, and third is the smooth muscles. Okay, so this is our heart. Where the heart, we call it as the cardiac muscles, and these muscles are also involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscles. Skeletal muscles, these present in our hand, or this is our back arm. We call it as the skeletal muscles, and these are the voluntary muscles. Okay, we can control it. And these are the smooth muscles, which are present in our intestine or even in our liver, and these are also involuntary muscles. Okay, we will proceed to the now nervous tissue. Before going to the nervous tissue, I will show you the diagram of nervous tissue. So this is the diagram of nervous tissue. So in what are the parts of nervous tissue? There are three main parts of nervous tissue. I told you already. First is cell body, second is the dendrite, and third is the axon. These are the three main parts of the nervous tissue. Okay, so what the how the our nervous system works we will see ahead also, but I will tell you now. So these axons are connected to our cells. Here there are the cells, for example our hand, okay, and these are the dendrites which connect to our central nervous system. Central nervous system. Okay, suppose first what is the main functions of the central nervous system? So first, reception of general sensory information, whatever the general sensory, for example, if we get the electrocution or the shock from the electricity, or we get heat, or we get any other damage to our hand, so these impulses will be get by the axon terminals. So axon terminals receive the impulses which are happen to our hand, and these impulses the axon terminals send it to the dendrons through these routes, that myelin sheath or node of Ranvier. So this will be transferred to our dendrons, and dendrons tell it to the our brain or our central nervous system. Okay, your brain or our central nervous system. So the brain, after the brain gets the impulses from the axons, the brain gives the reflex action. For example, if we get the electrocution or electric shock, we get our अपना जो हाथ होता है वो हम उसे झट से एकदम पीछे लेते हैं. तो जब वो कब लेते हैं हम, जब ब्रेन फिर से हमें सिग्नल्स भेज देगा थ्रू डेंड्राइट्स. जो डेंड्राइट्स होते हैं वो रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन का जो सिग्नल है वो फिर से हमारे सेल्स को भेज देते हैं, तब हम हमारा जो हैंड है वो पीछे लेते हैं. और ये जो पूरी एक्शन होती है उसे हम रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन बोलते हैं. ये हम पूरा सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम में देखेंगे. तो अभी पार्ट्स देख लेते हैं पहले हम, इसमें क्या क्या पार्ट्स होते हैं. तो फर्स्ट इज द axon terminals, dendrites, then this whole is the cell body. Okay, this whole is the cell body, then this is the nucleus, then cell body, then myelin sheath. myelin sheath, जिस डेंड्रॉन में myelin sheath होता है उसे हम मेडुलेटेड नर्व टिश्यू बोलते हैं, और जिसमें myelin sheath नहीं होता है उसे हम नॉन मेडुलेटेड बोलते हैं. ये हम आगे देखेंगे. देन दिस इज द नोड ऑफ रैनवियर. अब ये नोड ऑफ रैनवियर क्या करता है, जो भी myelin sheath है, ये माइलिन शीथ के बीच का जो भी पोर्शन है उसे कवर करता है, उसे हम नोड ऑफ रेनवियर. रेनवियर इज द नेम ऑफ साइंटिस्ट व्हिच डिस्कवर्ड दिस नोड. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल प्रोसीड टू द नर्वस टिश्यू. सो नर्वस टिश्यू जो बना हुआ था वो 3 काइंड्स ऑफ मैटर से बना होता है. एक होता है ग्रे मैटर व्हिच फॉर्म्स द नर्व सेल्स, देन सेकंड होता है व्हाइट मैटर व्हिच फॉर्म्स द नर्व फाइबर्स, देन थर्ड होता है न्यूरोग्लिया व्हिच इज सपोर्टिंग टिश्यू. जो भी न्यूरोग्लिया है वो एक सपोर्टिंग टिश्यू होता है. इट होल्ड्स टुगेदर एंड सपोर्ट्स द नर्व सेल्स एंड फाइबर्स. सो व्हाट इज न्यूरॉन? न्यूरॉन इज द यूनिट विथ विच द नर्वस सिस्टम इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ. मतलब न्यूरॉन जो होते हैं, अभी जो हमने डायग्राम देख ली वो एक न्यूरॉन था. ऐसे नंबर ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स होते हैं. जब ये सब न्यूरॉन्स एक दूसरे को कनेक्ट होते हैं, एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट होते हैं, तब पूरी सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम बनती है. सो न्यूरॉन में क्या क्या होता है, एक होता है नर्व सेल्स, दूसरा होता है एक्सॉन एंड तीसरा होता है डेंड्राइट्स. अब नर्व सेल्स क्या होते हैं? ईच नर्व सेल हैज अ न्यूक्लियस and a highly specialized protoplasm. I will show you it here. So this is the nerve cell. Okay, in that nerve cell there is the nucleus and the surrounding medium is the protoplasm. We call it as the protoplasm. Okay, then next is the body of the nerve cell gives rise to the nerve fibers. Okay, then next is the axon. It is the main fiber which arises from the body of each nerve cell. हर एक, अब यहाँ पे जो नर्व सेल्स थी यहाँ से एक एक्सॉन अराइज होता है. ओके, इंपल्सेस पास थ्रू द एक्सॉन इन वन डायरेक्शन ओनली. जो भी एक्सॉन के इंपल्सेस है वो हमारे बॉडी सेल्स से लेके हमारी सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम तक जाते हैं. तो जो भी इसका जो डायरेक्शन होता है इंपल्सेस का वो यूनिडायरेक्शनल होता है. तो एक्सॉन में फिर से कोई रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन नहीं होता, बस यूनिडायरेक्शन, मतलब बॉडी से लेके सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम तक जाते हैं. So impulses pass through the axon is one direction only. Then third is the dendrites. These are the short fibers arising from the body of nerve cells. They conduct impulses towards the body cells. Okay, so what axons do? The axons take the impulses from our body cells, but dendrites do the impulses, carry the impulses towards our body cells. Then synapse is the junction between axon of one neuron and dendrite of the another. Okay, then myelin sheath. हमने myelin sheath देखा था पीछे, जो कि नर्व सेल और एक्सॉन के बीच का जो पोर्शन होता है उसे हम माइलिन शीथ बोलते हैं. सो इट इज द शीथ व्हिच कवर्स एंड प्रोटेक्ट्स द एक्सॉन ऑफ सम नर्व्स. Nerves which contain this sheath called as medullated मेडुलेटेड sheath. Just 1 minute. Okay. So the nerves which contain the myelin sheath are called as medulated nerves. Okay, and nerves which do not contain the sheath are called as non-medulated nerves. So the medulated nerves contain nuclei. जो भी medulated nerves होते हैं जिसमें myelin sheath होता है उसमें nuclei होता है. The nuclei lies between the myelin sheath and the outer covering called neurilemma. A node of Ranvier is the interruption found in the myelin sheath at a regular intervals. हमने देखा था जो भी दो myelin sheaths के बीच का जो इंटरवल और जो भी इंटरप्शन होता है उसे जो कवर करता है उसे हम नोड ऑफ रेनवियर बोलते हैं. दिस इज द नोड ऑफ रेनवियर. ओके, so this is the node of Ranvier. These are the two myelin sheaths and the interruption between the two myelin sheaths is covered by the node of Ranvier. Then we will proceed to the membranes. Okay, so the cavities and hollow organs of body are lined with membranes. जो भी हमारे cavities और जो भी hollow organs है body के उसका जो lining होता है inner lining होता है वो membrane से line किया होता है. These membranes contain epithelium and जो भी lining होता है वो epithelial tissue का होता है. Also they secrete lubricating fluids which prevent friction. Okay, जैसे कि हमने देखा था knee joints में. knee joints में जो भी मैट्रिक्स होता है वो एक lubricating fluid होता है जो कि friction avoid करता है. अदरवाइज हमारे जो बोन्स है बोन्स का wear and tear हो जाता अगर वहां पे lubricating नहीं होता तो due to the friction between two bones. So three types of membranes are found in our body. First is the synovial membrane, second is the mucous membrane and third is the serous membrane. अब synovial membrane क्या होता है वो देखते हैं. It is a fibrous membrane which lines the cavities of joints. जो भी joints के cavities है उसके अंदर जो membrane होता है epithelial tissue होता है उसे synovial membrane बोलते हैं. It secretes thick fluid which lubricates the joints. Okay, जैसे कि हमने न्यू जॉइंट्स देखा था, ऊपर का लेग पार्ट और नीचे का लेग पार्ट ये दोनों को जॉइंट करता है न्यू जॉइंट. तो उसके बीच में जो है दोनों के बीच में जो है एक लुब्रिकेटिंग फ्लूइड होता है और वहां पे जो मेम्ब्रेन होता है उसे हम सिनोवियल मेम्ब्रेन ऐसे बोलते हैं. देन सेकंड इज द म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन. इट लाइंस द एलिमेंट्री कैनल एंड द रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट. जो भी हमारा एलिमेंट्री कैनल मतलब डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम है, इसोफेगस है, इसोफेगस में जो हमारा एलिमेंट्री कैनल होता है उसका जो लाइनिंग होता है उसे हम म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन कहते हैं और जो रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट है उसे भी हम म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन कहते हैं. दे कंटेन ग्लैंड्स व्हिच सीक्रेट म्यूकस. ओके, म्यूकस कौन से ग्लैंड सीक्रेट करते हैं हमने देखा था एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड और गोबलेट ग्लैंड्स. ओके, एक्सोक्राइन और गोबलेट. देन थर्ड इज द सीरस मेम्ब्रेन. सो सीरस मेम्ब्रेन कहाँ पे होता है. इट लाइंस द इंटरनल कैविटीज लाइक थोरैक्स एंड एब्डोमेन. जो भी हमारा पेट है पेट का जो इनर लाइनिंग है उसे हम सीरस मेम्ब्रेन बोलते हैं. सो ऑल्सो इट कवर्स द ऑर्गन्स व्हिच दीज कैविटीज कंटेन. So it provides smooth, moist surfaces which easily slide over on one another when their organs move. A thin watery fluid called serous fluid is secreted by the serous membrane. So हमारे जो पेट में हमारा जो इंटेस्टाइन होता है स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन और लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन वो इधर उधर हिलते रहते हैं जब हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम वर्क करते हैं. तो किसकी वजह से कहते हैं दे आर एबल टू मूव ड्यू टू द दिस प्रेजेंस ऑफ सीरस फ्लूइड. एंड जो सीरस फ्लूइड जिसको जो सिक्रेट करता है उसे हम सीरस मेम्ब्रेन बोलते हैं. ओके, then glands. We will see about the glands. Glands are a group of epithelial cells which produce specialized secretions. All glands have a rich blood supply and glands select the necessary materials from blood stream. जो भी blood supply हो रहा है उन glands को वो blood से वो उनको जो necessary material है for then it may be fats, it may be proteins, it may be any another chemical like sodium, magnesium, okay, elements. So they secrete whatever they require for the secretion. They secrete it from the blood stream and these materials are utilized for the secretion. So glands are classified into two sides. One is the exocrine gland, another is the endocrine gland. Okay, so in case of exocrine gland which discharge their secretion directly on the surface, for example sweat glands or salivary glands or through duct. लेकिन endocrine glands क्या होते हैं. These are the ductless glands which discharge their secretions into blood and lymph. वो directly कहाँ पे discharge करते हैं directly into blood or lymph and they do not have a ducts. Hence we call endocrine glands as the ductless gland. Okay, ductless glands. So these secretions are called hormones, for example thyroid hormone and insulin. So endocrine glands में जो भी secrete करते हैं उसे हम hormones बोलते हैं और जो exocrine glands secrete करते हैं उसे हम क्या बोलते हैं, enzymes और mucus बोल सकते हैं और जो endocrine gland करते हैं उसे हम hormones बोलते हैं. Okay, सो एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स जो होते हैं वो एक कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं. एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स कैसे होते हैं? कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं. आई विल टेल यू द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द एक्सोक्राइन एंड एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स इन केस if they ask you in your exam. Just 1 minute, I will take the one page extra. Okay, so I will tell you the difference between the exocrine and endocrine glands. You can write it at your notebook. So endocrine glands and exocrine glands. So first difference is the, we know that endocrine glands are ductless glands. Okay, these are the ductless glands. They don't have duct, but the exocrine glands are with ducts. So exocrine glands have ducts. Okay, also they are attached to the specific ducts. Attached to specific ducts. Then second is the internal secretions of these glands are called as hormones. So hormones are the secretions of endocrine glands. And the exocrine, whatever the exocrine gland secretes, we call it as the enzymes or mucus. Enzymes or mucus are the secretions of exocrine glands. Third difference is the whatever the hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands, they are directly poured into the blood. So the hormones secretions are directly poured into the blood, as they don't have the ducts, right? So directly poured into bloods. Poured into blood. Not blood, it's blood. Then third is the, here, these whatever the exocrine gland secretes, they pour it into the outer surface of the body or to some internal organ through a duct. So the secretions are poured into outer surface of body or into some internal organ. Into some internal organ through ducts. Okay. Then what the endocrine glands are complex glands. We call it also the complex glands also. Okay. And the exocrine glands are simple glands. We call it as the simple gland. What are the examples of endocrine glands? I told you already. For example, pituitary gland, which is present in our brain. Pituitary gland. Then second is the thyroid gland. Third is the adrenal gland. And what are the examples here? For example, salivary gland in case of exocrine gland. Then second is the liver. Third is the pancreas. So this is the difference between endocrine and exocrine glands. Okay. So I hope that everyone is clear with the today's lecture about the tissue, and just note down the difference what I wrote here between the endocrine and exocrine glands. So I am ending the lecture and I will take the doubt session here only. I will share.